Hi, welcome to another video. This is Mr. Chow from EnglishTuition.org. Now, before we begin today's video, I hope you will subscribe to the channel because doing so will definitely help the channel to grow. In return, I promise that I will try my best to produce more videos just like this one that will eventually benefit students like yourself and other students down the line. So please subscribe. And with that said, let's get started with today's video. Now, today's video is about 5 simple steps that you can follow to pass the O-levels English essay writing. Now, I believe some students do not have confidence in their own writing abilities. So if you are a student who is just like scoring borderline passes or even failing, right, the O-levels essay writing, right, then this video is for you. So this is about giving some practical tips on how to improve the writing. Now, the very first step that you want to do is not to go ahead and practice your writing. The very first step that you want to do is to analyze the past year papers and choose the essay questions that play to your strengths. Now, when I teach, I'm quite surprised that many of my students do not know their own strengths, right? They do not know what questions that they are good at. So as a result, when they choose the question, they actually chose the wrong questions that actually play to their weaknesses instead of their strengths. So as a result, they will fail the essay writing component. So you need to ask yourself, right? What do you enjoy writing? Okay, and also what types of questions you are good at. So probably just need to dig up all the past year essays that you have written before, right? And look at the results, right? So the results will give you some objective data as to what type of questions that you're good at, right? Now, the key here is to be very honest and very objective. Don't go with your feelings, right? Don't just go, I feel like writing this story or this type of questions, but the results actually show that past attempts at writing this sort of questions have not given you the result that you want, right? So be honest with yourself, right? Just take a look at the results and see whether you see any patterns, right? And that will help you to decide what type of essay questions that to focus on, all right? So once you have that, it's time to move on to step 2. Now, step 2 is to try your best to clean up your grammar, okay? So from my experience, most likely you're making a ton of grammatical errors, right, in the essay writing. Okay, so when I mark the essays of students and almost every single line contain either one or more grammar mistakes, you are going to be penalized, right? So most likely those students tend to get just 15 upon 30 or even fail the essay just because they are making a lot of grammar errors. Now, it's not that their grammar is that bad because we are talking about very basic grammar, things like subject-verb agreement, past tense, present tense, and I think students can do a lot, right, just to clean up those basic grammar errors. So students need to devise a strategy, right, to reduce those errors. So there are many strategies that you can adopt. For example, you may decide to finish off the essay early and give yourself more time, right, to clean up the grammar errors. So this is a must-do step, right? You can't say that, oh, can I just try to pass my essay without having good clean grammar, right? The answer is no. You have to do this step, all right? So in other words, you just need to get the basics right. I'm not talking about very advanced, complex sentence structures, right? I'm talking about the basics, right? The fundamentals, right? If you can get your fundamentals right, you have a very good chance of passing the essay component, okay? Now let's move on to step 3. What you need to do next? The next step is to improve your vocabulary, okay? So since you already know the types of questions you're likely to attempt, you can now pick the words that you are most likely to use, all right? So for example, if you like writing narratives, you might want to learn more adjectives that describe emotions because narratives have got characters, right? And to describe the characters, sometimes you need to focus on describing their emotions, right? So you might want to pick up those adjectives. Now, so for my students, they actually has a series of language worksheets. So this is not an issue for them, right? So, but if you're studying on your own, you might want to focus on having a list of vocabulary that is kind of like in your favorites, right? You like to use them in those essay questions, right, that you're very good at. Okay, now let's move on to step 4. What is step 4? Step 4 is to work on your storyline, the points that you may have, or the arguments depending on the question type that you have chosen, right? So I don't know what type of questions that you have chosen. So if you have chosen a personal recount, then your main focus will be on the storyline. Okay, so you must work on strengthening the storyline. Okay, in other words, your content, right, must contain substance, right? So you can't just have clean grammar, good vocab, but then you have nothing important to say, right? And you tell a very boring story, right? So you will not do well. So if you're not sure what a good storyline looks like, please do some research or consult your teachers or your tutors, right? If you're having private tuition, they will be able to help you out. You can easily find good model essays in assessment books, textbooks, and many other online resources, right? Now in the age of the internet, it's just so easy to get access to resources. Now make sure the model essays that you are reading are just slightly above your own language abilities. In other words, choose your resources wisely. You do not want to choose, say, an assessment book with model essays that are way above your language abilities, because you wouldn't be able to absorb the writing techniques, and the grammar, everything will look very complicated and very complex, right? That will only serve to confuse you. Okay, so you want to choose the model essays that are suitable for your own language abilities. And with that, we move on to step 5. So step 5 is to practice some more, right? So how do you know that you have improved? Okay, so all you need to do is to get your teachers or your tutors to mark your essays and then give you the feedback. So if you're still not improving, make sure you consult, based on the feedback, right? Consult with your teachers and your tutors to find out what is it that you have done wrong. Okay, sometimes we need to dig a little bit deeper, because it could be a certain habit that you have that is really very stubborn, right? You can't seem to change it, right? It could be due to some weaknesses in certain areas of the essay. So it all depends. Do consult, like I said, do consult your teachers and your tutors, and I'm sure they will be able to give you some helpful feedback. All right. So in conclusion, right, just follow the 5 simple steps and you will unquestionably improve. All right. If not, you will get a full refund, right? But because you have paid $0 for watching this video, the refund is also $0. Okay. So joking aside, it's never too late to improve on your writing, right? Even if you have 1 week, 2 weeks left, you can still follow the 5 simple steps in the hopes that you will get a better result than expected. Okay, with that said, good luck for the O-levels examination. I wish you all the best. If you're serious about attending lessons and improving your English, you know where to find me, right? EnglishTuition.org. It has all the details, right? There's even an O-levels online course. So again, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye bye.